jump. You know what I noticed here? What you used a different reading strategy that I thought was really helpful. You went back, and at first you said he works at a patrol, and then you used a strategy I like to call back up and reread. And you backed up and you reread it, and it made sense to you, didn't it?
Oh, right from the beginning. Amber she was that very inclusive person. We have lots of different students with exceptionalities at our school at the time, and she was welcoming, and they were all of her students.
My favorite part of class was just learning. I loved it because she increased making it fun. It was just so exciting. Every day I would just wait for math, reading, science to come up, and it made my day how she would talk and how she would teach me about it.
When we first entered first grade, he didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to read, he didn't want to do anything. But Miss Elder encouraged him, and everyone knows he loves basketball. So she would make some of his assignments to do with basketballs.
My favorite thing in Miss Elder's class was that we had these spiral notebooks, and she would give us a subject to write on, if you owned a zoo, what kind of animals would you have? And then we had to draw a picture, and then she would write us back, and she would write about a page. And I always loved the day that we would get our responses. That was my favorite day.
She almost immediately walked in and became a leader. She came with the biggest notebook to her interview of anybody that I've ever seen. She had so many relevant ideas to the grade level she was going to be teaching first for me. She came with so many ideas that I had to back out of the interview and just let all the teachers that were helping me interview her get a look at all of her materials. They were exchanging numbers, they wanted copies, they wanted all the things she had. Can you show me how to do that? She instantly inspired our staff members and got them eager to try some new and progressive things.
And something that's always been important to me is finding potential in other people, or helping them find their potential. And so in trying to decide what to do with my life, I came up with the conclusion that teaching is the best possible choice for me to be able to live daily what I feel like my purpose is, which is finding their potential. I am what is that word? What is that letter?
P.
What does that sound like? I am what is that picture?
Penguin.
So if it says I am and I see a picture of a penguin, what do you think that word would be?
Penguin.
Does that make sense? I am a penguin?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's find out. I'm going to uncover this. Let's see if you're right. I am a penguin, and I turn my head. My first classroom experience after college was in an elementary school. It was actually a first grade classroom at Overholser Elementary, and I just remember going in and watching the teacher. What I noticed about her classroom is that she differentiated her learning. So there were kiddos on all different kinds of levels, and she was somehow able to reach all of them in reading and math, and then also care for them personally, which really impressed me and made me kind of want to strive to be that.
Reading is just magical. And a lot of adults think, oh my, how do you teach a child to read? It's so easy when you look at Amber doing it because she makes it fun for the kids. She's going to do whatever it takes to get that child the support he or she needs. She's here for more than just teaching a lesson, teaching them how to read, teaching them how to write, do math, science, social studies, all of the standards, but she's here to help build relationships. You've got to let your kids know that you care about them, or they're not going to learn.
And Mrs. Elder interacted with us in several ways. We were always up at the school, so we had the opportunity to talk to her. She was email, she had a Facebook page that was a protected Facebook page for her class, so she was able to update us on what was going on within the classroom. So her communication methods were wide, and if she ever had an issue, she would just pick up the phone and call us.
She always kept me informed on his progress. If there was areas he needed to work in, she would let me know. During school and outside of school, she's been there 100%. Whenever we needed her, she was there.
Statistics show us that 78% of students that are not reading on level by the 4th grade will never catch up. And so we can see by that early childhood literacy is so important, and it needs to start early, pre-K, kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade. We need to have highly qualified teachers in our classrooms that can differentiate learning and pinpoint where students are. What would you say on your message?
Usually it's just like, I'm so glad that welcome 1st graders. I hope you had a good summer, something like that today. And I always gave the date so that we could talk about that.
Because I want to put their names on my word wall. So that might be something that they could come in and like color their name. I might do it.
Like type it out and have them color.
And then just have them color.
Amber is very easy to work with. She is one that listens to others, takes their thoughts, and is able to integrate a lot of different thoughts together to come up with a very good cohesive idea. Amber has been helping to figure out how we can take all of the different components, from phonics and decoding work to fluency to comprehension to writing, to help put it all together into a cohesive unit, as well as integrating science and social studies content into those units. It's a big balancing act. Amber has been one of about 6 teachers working with 1st grade curriculum to put all of this together and then to help present it to other teachers and help answer some of those questions as they come across and try to implement what they've written.
Having a teacher that is highly qualified and trained in the classroom and able to pull and choose different resources to effectively teach students how to read, and not just how to read, but how to use reading strategies independently and how to learn independently. That's the goal, is we are to teach them not just the material, but the strategies and the skills that they need to carry that out into their everyday life.
Amber has been amazing for our organization. She volunteers with us in several different ways. She serves on our program committee, which offers a lot of great advice and expertise that she brings that we don't have. It helps us understand how we can best work with our students and how we can keep them excelling in their academics. But also she comes in and she volunteers actively with the kids.
She puts a packet together with their level of book and sight words, and so each week we get to work at least once one-on-one with the kids, and that really we've seen major improvements from the number of sight words they know, the level of books, and that's just once a week one-on-one. She's been amazing.
We have kiddos in our society that don't know where their next meal is coming from. And those kiddos need support to be successful and to thrive in society, just like the kiddos that have support in their home. And so at the Cole Community Impact Organization, what they do is they take those students that don't have the support at home, and they actually bring them to the organization and partner with the Oklahoma Food Pantry. They feed them a meal, and then we focus on academics and literacy. And so not only do I want to do my part in the classroom, but I want to give support to those kiddos that need it to be successful and to break that cycle of generational poverty.
I don't think Amber even realizes how awesome she is. She is really quick to say that she just is doing what all our building full of teachers does on a daily basis, and that she's representative of the type of teachers that we have here in Putnam City, which she is, and that's true. But she does stand out. She works so hard and takes to heart so deeply these children, and they mean so much to her, so important to her, that she makes that her mission for that entire year. She takes that class on as her own children, and I want her to know that does not go unnoticed, and we just appreciate that so much.